Hello, everyone. Welcome back to DSP versus the Internet, my weekly react show here on DSP Reacts. This is part 2, so if you missed part 1, give it a look. This is episode 40 for November 26, 2023. We're still in the Ultra Member submissions. We're moving on to some new ones now. If you like this show, consider supporting it. If you become a member today, you can be the person to nominate videos for next week's show on Sunday. Thank you to everyone here live. You've been a great audience. Thanks to those who've supported the stream. Without further ado, let's continue and see what's next.
The year is 2003, and your wallet is totally empty.
Wow.
But with a couple of quarters from the couch and some dimes from the ashtray, you can eat like a king from the dollar menu.
Hell yeah.
Fast forward 2 decades later, and your wallet is still empty. But this time, when you pull up to a drive-thru, your quarters and dimes won't even get you a packet of mayonnaise.
That's right.
So what happened? Today, we're investigating the rise and fall of the dollar menu.
Now, I've told you guys about this, okay? When I was, in my 20s, and I was jumping around from job to job, and all this stuff was going on in my life. There was no stability. Basically, there was a time, okay? I worked at Best Buy, and I had no money, admittedly. I was sharing a 3-bedroom apartment with 2 other roommates, and between that apartment and, the money I was making at Best Buy, that was it. That was all my money was pissed away. So here was my lifestyle. I wish this was a joke. This is not a joke. I would wake up in the morning to go to work. I would drive to Best Buy, and in the lot of Best Buy was a McDonald's. I would go to McDonald's, and I would buy a McDouble, a McChicken sandwich, and a soda. $3 on the dollar menu, okay? I would eat that. That was my breakfast. I would go to work. I would work the whole day. I worked 8-hour days. Then, either, halfway through my shift or when the shift ended, I would be hungry. So I would go to McDonald's. And I would get, McDouble, 4 6-piece chicken nuggets, whatever the dollar menu was. I think it was a 4-piece McNuggets, and like a Powerade. And that was my food. And that was $3. And I would go home, and that was it. That was my day. That was my food for the day, And it's crazy to think that probably a lot of America might have done that. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of America might have actually been doing shit like that. Because they made it affordable to do so. But then if you went to McDonald's, like, well, I want a salad. Oh, that's like $7, $8. So I can have a whole meal for $3, or I can eat a salad for $7. What do you think people are going to buy? Right? And that's what happened for the longest time. And that dollar menu was all the way, I would say, until, the early 2010s? Almost to the mid-2010s. And then it got phased. What happened is they were slowly raising the prices. They would it's not $1, it's $1.50 now. Or 3 for $5, right? So they kept changing it. Now it doesn't even exist anymore. So let's find out. Cool.
But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel.
No.
And let us know in the
I won't
comments
subscribe,
below what
but
other
if this is
food
good, maybe
pricing
I'll watch
wars
future videos.
you would like to hear about.
Let's see.
Okay, time to ask your parents for some change.
Dude, where's my car? I remember that movie. Okay, so where
In
did it come from?
1989, Wendy's unveiled the nation's first shot at a cheaper side menu for cash-strapped customers.
Oh, really?
They called it the Super Value Meal.
Whoa.
Because mild-mannered value meal doesn't sound as impressive. The Super Value Meal featured 9 different items, each priced at 99 cents a piece. The items were on a rotation, but included burgers, nuggets, chili, milkshakes, soft drinks, salads, and baked potatoes.
And that was very common. I remember. So in the 90s and the early 2000s, all right, I was heavily into Street Fighter. The only way to play it competitively was to go to arcades. There were not good home versions of these games, and certainly there was no online play. So you would have to go to an arcade. Excuse me. And in Connecticut, where I lived, there was an arcade that was called Smiles, and they were open late to like 1, 2 a.m. So we would go there, and we would play games till like 1, 2 a.m. And then on the way home, driving back, there was a 24-hour Wendy's that was a truck stop Wendy's. It was meant for people who were driving trucks overnight to stop and eat at any time. And I would always get the baked potato. I would get sometimes the Frosty. I would usually get whatever the dollar burger was. And sometimes fries. I never really. I tried the chili. I hated it. Even then, you know, today I hate it. Back then I hated it. I just think it's disgusting. I don't recall them having the salad. But then again, this is 1989, right? So maybe back then that was viable. Today, that side salad would be like $4. It really would be. But I used to eat this all the time coming home. It was the cheap menu. I remember. The loaded baked potato was crazy. 99 cents. Baked potato, and you would get sour cream, melted cheese, chives, all the shit on it. It was pretty good value.
Potatoes. A baked potato and a milkshake for $1 a piece? Man, we didn't know how good we had it.
Yeah, it was
What's
crazy.
What's really good is when you dip the potato in the milkshake.
No, that's disgusting.
As 89 became 1990 and the United States entered a recession, more fast food chains wanted to tap into Wendy's share of the cash-strapped market. Many, including Taco Bell and McDonald's, permanently cut the prices of specific menu items to try to keep up with Wendy's low-cost offerings.
Wendy, don't you have anything else to do?
But it wasn't until 1998 that
Small
another
soldiers?
fast food company took Wendy's idea to make a whole separate menu dedicated exclusively to cheap food. That bold competitor was Burger King, and His Highness's big idea was the 99-cent Great Tastes menu. Geez, we gotta work on these menu names. Part of the magic of the dollar menu is that it doesn't take long to say, so you can spend those precious extra seconds stuffing your face with cheeseburgers. The delicious yet affordable offerings on the 99-cent Great Tastes menu included the Whopper Jr., a bacon cheeseburger, a small milkshake, 5-piece chicken nuggets, and medium onion rings.
That's not bad at all. That's all
lot
good
of stomach
stuff.
ache for just $5. The King unveiled this regal new menu during the It Just Tastes Better marketing campaign, which sought to appeal to customers' taste buds as well as their wallets and steer them away from McDonald's. And
yes.
believe it or not,
Ronald
despite
is in
its
line at
dominant
Burger
position
King.
atop the fast food chain, McDonald's was slow to respond with a value meal of its own.
McDeals?
While McDonald's didn't invent the value meal, appealing to customers with low prices has always been part of their business model. For instance, in 1958, they became the first...
This is The Founder. Great movie, by the way. I strongly recommend if you want to know about the history of McDonald's, you watch this movie. You want to see a textbook case of how a company that started off absolutely great when it was small time be completely ruined when it went big time. This was one of the original companies that happened. And then you can look at other companies, for example, Subway, that used to be tiny. I used to live 1 block away from the original Subway location, and their sandwiches were gourmet amazing. And now today you go to Subway and you might as well eat your tire off your car. It tastes about the same. So, yeah, anyway.
Fast food chain to sell what we now think of as combo meals, menu items that were bundled together to increase efficiency and offer customers more bang for their buck. One iteration of this combo meal was the All-American 3-course meal, which consisted of a hamburger, french fries, and a milkshake. And while it definitely was
Oh
not
my
a
God, that
3-course
was
meal,
old Ronald?
it was undeniably
Ugh.
American, and it cost only 52 cents.
Wow.
Nowadays, if you came into a McDonald's with nothing but a pair of quarters in your pocket, they'd have Grimace break your legs. McDonald's would often market these deals towards the nuclear family, with slogans like, "You deserve a break today," and "McDonald's, the closest thing to home." And in 1979,
Because at home you have fresh burgers and fries and milkshakes, right? Like, what?
to further pull families in, McDonald's introduced what may just be the most recognizable combo meal of all
Oh, there you go,
time,
the Happy Meal.
Meal. The original Happy Meal cost $1.15, and it included a burger, fries, a soft drink cookie, and a special prize, which, among other things, included a McDoodler stencil, a McWrist wallet, or a McDonaldland character eraser. That prize list sounds like junk from the manager's drawer, but hey, it only cost $1. With the addition of Ronald McDonald and the McDonald's Play Place, the corporation had everything it needed to lure in desperate families with limited cash and bored, rambunctious kids.
Yep.
But as the 70s became the 80s, McDonald's turned their attention from the kiddos to the adultos. In 1985, they introduced value packs, which
Look at that.
sounds more like a bulk purchase of toothpaste.
I was just going to say, all they did, they put the nuggets in the middle, and they put the fries and the soda on the side. It's literally the same thing that you were buying beforehand. Only they put it in like a piece of cardboard, and they acted like it was a value.
Than a delicious meal. Man, are the people in charge of naming these things allergic to good ideas? Like the All-American meal before them, these packs came with a burger, fries, and a soft drink. And it was
Looks
cheaper
so
to buy
silly. Who
them
wants
than
a
it was to
giant
purchase
cardboard
each
thing?
item individually. Just 2 years later, McDonald's introduced the world to supersizing.
Oh!
Yeah, that's supersizing. which heaved
Yep.
even bigger portions onto customers' trays for just a few cents extra. But as the years went on, Mickey D's became less innovative. More chains rose to compete in the fast food marketplace,
Hardee's.
and all of them wanted
Jack
a
in the
piece of the
Box.
clown, the tastiest piece. Hey, several members of the McDonaldland cast are edible. Ronald could just be a big French fry in face paint.
Ugh.
McDonald's had to fend off competing bargains like Burger King's $1 Whopper and the $59.79.99 deal from Taco Bell. By the turn of the millennium, McDonald's was getting so thoroughly rinsed by rival chains that its stock price dropped 39% in just
wow.
1 year. McDonald's had to adapt if it wanted to keep slinging burgers. In other words, it was time for the dollar menu.
I'd buy that for $1.
In an effort to save their struggling...
Who knows what movie that's from? See if you guys know what movie it's from.
corporation, McDonald's launched its internal Plan to Win strategy. Presumably after they realized their Plan to Do Nothing strategy wasn't working. Part of this exciting new Plan to Win was the creation of their very own value meal in 2002. They called it the Dollar Menu. For just $1 a pop, customers could enjoy the delectable McChicken sandwich, the ever-so-tasty McValue fries.
I still think to this day the McChicken is, like, really good. I don't know. Like, it has seasoning in the breading, right? That's super good. And even just the lettuce and mayo, there's nothing else on it. I think it tastes good. I really like the McChicken. For a value sandwich, it's quite good. Other places have, like, value chicken sandwiches that are kind of, like, bland and yucky. I think the McDonald's one is one of the
even the
best.
fruit and yogurt parfait, which is really just a pie in a cup.
I never had that
was
before.
that customers would be lured in by the cheap and delicious dollar menu, and then buy more expensive items to add to their order. So sure, the ice cream sundae's only $1, but pair that with a couple of Big Macs and a 10-piece chicken McNugget, and you've spent over half your paycheck before the weekend's even over. And McDonald's makes a tidy profit. But those results never materialized. The dollar menu actually encouraged people to spend less money. Within the first month of the dollar menu's debut, the average customer was spending 3 cents less per visit than before.
Wow.
And when you're only making a few bucks on every order, those cents add up. It wasn't long before some locations started bleeding cash, like Hamburglar.
This is what happens every time they start a discount menu. This is when they did the $5 footlongs at Subway. Their overall sales went up, but their profit margins on each sale went down. So overall, they sold more but made less money. So that's why they had to phase them out, because they screwed up their whole business model.
Down for protection money. The biggest dollar menu offender was the double cheeseburger, which many franchise owners complained was set at an unsustainable price. They felt no one would spend $4 on a Big Mac when they could get a perfectly delicious alternative for a quarter of the price. Customers would come in and order tap water and a couple of double cheeseburgers from the dollar menu. And depending on the local labor and costs, the franchise location might actually lose money on the transaction. Nobody wants to lose money on a McDonald's. That's no fun. Some rebel franchise owners fought against the tasty tyranny of the dollar menu by raising the price of the double cheeseburger at their own locations without getting corporate approval. Some raised the price to $1.19 or to $1.39. And many Manhattan locations never sold the double cheeseburger for less than $2. Due to franchising agreements, they were all well within their rights to do so. Individual locations could charge whatever they wanted for their burgers, even if it meant falling out of line with McDonald's national marketing campaign. As the years passed...
I didn't know that. I didn't know that they had licensing rights to disagree with the marketing campaign. Like, for example, I'll give you an example here. Many years ago, I used to do a show called DSP Tries It. And on that show, I would try all kinds of fast food. And one of the things I wanted to try was the breakfast, which had just launched at Subway. Okay? Now, the Subway that was local to me, right down the street, had ads for the breakfast all over the front windows. Get breakfast here. Get, egg sandwiches, whatever. So I went there 3 different times. Okay? And every single time that I went there to try to get the breakfast, I was told they didn't have it. And finally, on the 3rd time that I tried, I said, what's going on? Why don't you ever have it? This is the 3rd time. You have things on the window. They said, so basically, here's the deal. Every franchise is forced to have the same, stuff on their windows. Like, they have to have it, but they don't have to abide by the actual food. So this owner had decided they didn't want to do breakfast because they thought that it wasn't economical for the place to do breakfast. They didn't think they were going to sell enough. So they literally never bought the supplies. They never bought the eggs. They never bought anything that would go into the breakfast. So they just didn't do it. But they had the fucking signs at the front of their store saying they had it, but they never actually had it. So I called. No, I didn't call. I take that back. I went online and I filled out one of those like online things on the Subway website. And I said, I don't understand why it's false advertising. I've gone to this location 3 times. They said that the workers say they don't have breakfast, yet there's signs at the front. I just wanted to let them know that I was disappointed because I thought they had something they didn't have. I get a phone call because you had to put your number into that to submit it, your phone number. And of course, I put my real one. I don't know why. I got a phone call, a actual like voicemail on my phone one night from the owner of the Subway. And it was a woman in broken English yelling at me. How dare you complain? I've never received a complaint before. You should never complain. It's not my fault. I don't have to do breakfast. Don't ever complain again. And then she hung up. Like, that was the voicemail. And I was like, what the hell just happened? So I guess she got in trouble because I had filled out this online form to say, why are you saying you have it when you don't? Or you don't adhere to it. And she yelled at me on the phone. Right? But that's just so weird to me. You literally have to have advertisements on your building to say you have something, but you don't have to have it. So these guys never had to have the dollar menu.
McDonald's held strong to the dollar double cheeseburger for nearly a decade. The company had to reassure its franchise owners that a more sustainable business model was on the way. The only problem was they needed to come up with one first. But by naming their low-price menu a dollar menu rather than a value menu like many of their competitors, McDonald's had backed itself into a corner.
Dummies.
Everything had to be priced at $1, or the name no longer made sense. It would be like Dollar General, which doesn't actually limit its prices to $1, but does keep every location as filthy and dimly lit as possible to make customers feel like they're spending the bare minimum. In order to change their business model, the dollar menu would have to be buried in the same shallow grave as Mayor McCheese, and something entirely new would have to rise from its ashes.
Was it the 1, 2, 3 menu? Or I'm trying to remember what they did. They did a bunch of different things to try to change it,
According to McDonald's, a whole quarter of its customers had become value menu loyalists.
Hashtag $1 fries.
And the company felt it risked going under if it lost that base. The dollar menu had to evolve. And in 2013, it came to be known as the dollar menu and more.
And more.
Sneaky little and more allowed Mickey D's to keep the dollar menu name while increasing the price of several items, including the McChicken and that dastardly double cheeseburger that started all this trouble in the first place. While no cities burned to the ground, that we know of, the effects of this change were cataclysmic for the Golden Arches. Loyal customers had been spoiled by the menu's previous $1 price tag, and no one wanted to pay double what they were used to for the same product. You can't dump a Shamrock Shake on people's heads and tell them it's raining.
Okay, that's disgusting.
As a result, the dollar menu and more idea lasted as long as onion nuggets. It was quickly dropped and replaced by a new temporary promotion, the McPick 2. Many menu items went back to costing just $1. The catch was, in order to take advantage of the promotion, customers were locked into buying 2 items, hence the McPick 2. But once again, franchise owners complained that they were losing money. One even described it as the most devastating promotion to operator cash flow in the past 10 years. Considering McDonald's has tried to force hot dogs and spaghetti onto the menu over the years, this was pretty damning criticism. Even so, that didn't stop competing fast food chains from creating similar promotions. For instance, Wendy's debuted their own 4 for $4 deal, which doubled the price of the McDonald's deal.
I forget what they call it. I think they call it the Biggie Bag, and it's really cheap. It's not 4 for $4. It's like 4 items for like $5 or $6, but it's a good value, and you get to pick things that you want in it.
Doubled the pile of food we were buying too. We'd make that trade any day of the week. Burger King, in turn, upped its coupon game and dropped the price of their 10-piece chicken nuggets to just $1.49.
Damn.
Fast food lovers across the nation rejoiced, their mouths full of thrifty cheeseburgers, because all this competition once more brought prices down to new lows. But even so, the McPick 2 proved to be just as big an albatross as the dollar double cheeseburger, and McDonald's quietly retired the promotion. When it did eventually come back, it was reimagined as the McPick 2 for $5.
Right. Way
Take
more
that,
money.
Wendy's.
Yep.
The increased price allowed big-ticket items like the Big Mac and the 10-piece McNugget to be included in the promotion. But at that point, you're basically just ordering from the regular menu, and the promotion didn't catch on.
There is no modern dollar menu. They have a value menu, but it's
In
not a dollar.
2017, the dollar menu entered the modern era. With the days of a true dollar menu far behind it, McDonald's decided to pelt a dead horse with deliciously affordable menu offerings when they introduced the $1, $2, $3 dollar menu. At many restaurants, this is just called the menu. The unusual concept was mocked by Taco Bell, who took the opportunity to proudly showcase their value menu of 20 items that actually cost only $1. The only math you should have to do at the drive-thru is figuring out how many extra burgers to order in case you get stuck in traffic. But as sweatily named as it may have been, this latest iteration of the McDonald's dollar menu was a hit, and its detractors were quickly forced to eat their words and some 5-piece McNuggets. Their U.S. sales were up to...
The weirdest part about the menu is, like, there's a double cheeseburger that's like $3, but there's a McDouble that's $2, and the only difference between them is 1 piece of cheese. Like, you get an extra piece of cheese, but it's a whole $1. Why would you order that? It doesn't even make sense.
0.9% in the first 3 months of the new menu's existence. The addition of 2 extra price points to the classic dollar menu gave McDonald's the wiggle room it needed to make sure it made a profit, and sales went up nearly 3% in the first 3 months. Today, roughly half a decade since its debut, the $1, $2, $3 dollar menu has outlasted every other McDonald's value menu. They broke the McMold with that one. The $1, $2, $3 dollar menu is proving a comeback is not impossible. Just ask the McRib. So,
Which always comes back. That was interesting. That was like a history lesson about it. And, I tied in with my experience, right? That was pretty good. So, all right. I really enjoyed it. That's why I watched the whole thing. Whoever submitted that, that was a good one. That was actually educational and fun to go down memory lane about the crappy food I used to eat. Today, I don't eat any of that crap anymore, though. All right, what do we got next?
It's your fault.
Let's squeeze in a video or two.
Fault.
Oh, no.
What got us into? Ginger. Piece of shit.
Final
Ginger
fuck
space
this.
man.
So this is from 11 years ago. So this would have been 2013? Is it 2013? No, I thought I saw the video. It said it was 2012. See what I mean about YouTube? It says it's always wrong. It says it's 11 years ago. I think it's actually 12 years ago. So this is co-op that John Rambo and I used to do.
That was pretty good.
I mean, we could beat it. It's just,
Oh man, you gotta,
trial and
you're
error.
not doing the right shit. You
100 times,
You gotta do the moves.
The moves don't work. I don't think that guy's fat. This is the
right.
weirdest game because it uses all the sprites from Marvel Superheroes, the fighting game, but they somehow turned it into, like, not a fighting game. Right? I don't know why.
They both said up, forward, down.
Yeah.
Like, look, that's a Spider-Man sprite.
Inside Duke's Castle. That's where the
But
shit is.
what the fuck? This looks terrible.
What's it do?
I have no idea. I can only figure out one move. That's it.
Down, down.
Nope. Oh, up, up. Look at that.
That's good.
Hey, look at that.
I got web shoot and web swing, but I don't know what else to do.
Spider-Man.
What's the third move?
Bump up attack.
Yep.
Jump towards wall. Press up and down to climb.
Alright, can't do that. Here.
Down, down, forward, forward. Plus attack is win ball.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it. Ugh.
Up, forward, down, plus attack. Special gem required.
What the fuck? How much
These
damage?
fucking guys.
The first hit.
It's so stupid.
What the fuck? You just keep shooting
Horse
webs?
feet.
It's terrible. It's not even good for, like, a beat-em-up. Like, you know what was a good Spider-Man beat-em-up? Maximum Carnage.
Why does he?
That one was
why does
super
he do
good.
the
This looks like
Fonzie
shit.
thumbs up when he throws the web ball. Look, hey, hey.
It just gets stuck. Does it even do damage?
Hey.
A bunch of snowboarders. These guys with the coats and boots.
What the? Hey.
What the
Six
fuck?
robots.
This game sucks.
That's good. Go up there. Cool.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Jazzy music going on. Climb on that. On the ceiling. Oh, you
Shit!
Can't web swipe. Let's try it.
But you could.
Can't do it here. Won't let me.
Oh my
You don't
god.
have these abilities if you can't do
Oh
it.
my god!
Nice.
This looks like shit.
Oh shit.
Climb. Climb up. Climb up to the left.
All you do is electrocute the entire platform.
There you go. Oh my
Can't
god.
afford it.
What's that? Power?
Too intense.
What was that? It wasn't health. What the fuck was it? Oh my god. What's that? Health? That gotta be health. Alright. This game is fucking really bad.
What the fuck?
What is it?
The hell was that? Ah!
Yeah, shoot them with the web. So they all stand there like idiots. And beat them up.
So the web ball traps them. And you can hit them afterwards.
It's good. You seem like he's good for this level.
Fuck, if you could like jump back to the wall and crawl further up. Nah, you can't.
Can't web swing?
You can't change
Good
direction.
swing.
Nope.
What's the point? When will you ever use the
You can't
swing?
swing after.
That was Maximum Spider.
Why would you use the swing at all? It doesn't seem to do
Maximum
anything.
Spider. Maximum Spider.
Ooh,
It seems pretty good.
Yeah.
got him. Ooh,
Stance.
what is that?
Shred
What the
that thing.
fuck's a gun? Shoot it, hit it.
What the hell going on?
Oh my god, man.
This game's awesome, man. I'm trying to learn how to play this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Probably be annoying when you pass
This
this
music is terrible though.
Throw a bunch of stuff at you as possible.
Oh fuck.
What? What the fuck?
What the fuck? There's instant death. Oh my god.
Flown into his death.
What the?
Oh my god. He's Spider-Man. He can't blow it to his death. He's got
Yes, he
webs.
can.
He's got fucking
If he doesn't
webs.
use them, he can fall.
Oh my god.
Remember Spider-Man 2?
Oh fuck. This is ridiculous.
Never done with this shit.
Oh, it's so hard, man.
Come back to this one someday.
Why is it so hard?
Wow.
It's a Capcom game of the 90s, man.
Oh my god.
We did beat a stage. We
Why
beat
do you
one
want
of
to
them.
make it,
See
man?
I
that?
kind of like it, but it's so hard.
It's cool. It's got cool stuff about it.
It's so hard.
You gotta play each level like 4 times and you'll eventually like, oh, I know what to do now.
It's like fucking instant death, really?
Oh,
You're
yeah,
gonna
like-
think
What I like is that Spider-Man has moves that totally have no use. Like the swing doesn't do anything. You would never use that. And he has a dive. When would you use that dive? Ever. You know, the enemies are slow. They're right in front of you. You just beat them up. Why would you use a dive like that? It's just a suicide move. All right. Well, that video was only 2 things, right? But it was fun. Thank you, everyone, for watching DSP versus the Internet, episode 40. That was part 2. We have 4 more parts coming. So thanks, everyone, for watching, and I hope to see you for the rest of the show. Come on back. And thanks to everyone here live. I'll see you in the next part.